Lanzamiento, aquí viene un batazo de Mundito entre right center field, la bola pica, se extiende, viene anotando Stott, empata el juego, también manda para la bola Turner anota y los Phillies se van arriba. Se prepara, Mundito en segunda, el lanzamiento, batazo profundo para el center field, la bola se va, Schwarber Bob, ¡campanazo! Aquí viene el lanzamiento, swing y lo ponchó. Ponche de Alvarado, amigos.
Hello, amigos. Welcome to Phillies Weekly. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. And today we have a very, very special show. Three of my favorite people in the world are here in this podcast, in this Phillies Weekly. I told you I was going to say it, guys, didn't I? No, really, I mean, this is very, very special people. I mean, they cover the Phillies. They do an outstanding job of the way they cover it. I mean, from Pattison, we have Tim Kelly in the house. Tim, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. It's always great to talk to you, Oscar, and I'm always jealous of your bobblehead collection. I'm trying to catch up to you.
Oh, man, I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. Destiny, Jeff, we got Destiny in the house today. Destiny, how are you? From
What's up,
Phillies
Oscar?
Nation. Huh?
What's up?
Oh, I
seeing you around the
man.
ballpark.
She's ready to bring it today. This is gonna be a fun show. I can see it, Jeff. And Jeff from 97.3. There's the man, Jeff from Sports Illustrated. How you doing, brother? How's it going?
Good. By the way, Tim, see that bobblehead collection back there? That's I still got like about 100. My latest one is George Costanza in a Gore-Tex jacket.
Oh my goodness! Here we go. It's not that, but you want me to put my background on the Phillies Stadium or what? No, guys, real pleasure to be here. Look, this has been an interesting season. I mean, I don't think the season. We know the window's closing. That's the reality with the current core. It is a core that is being paid a lot of money. It is a core that Trey Turner is nowhere to be found this year. Schwarber and Harper are doing their part. Harper is playing like he's capable of playing. A breakout year for Brandon March. Stott and Baum, ups and downs. I mean, game by game. Let's try to do this show, and we know the issues that happened this week. The big news of this week, Adolis García out. He didn't hit much, but he was an outstanding right fielder. And there are big question marks there. I think there's big questions in the bottom of the starting rotation. So this is going to be a fun show for the next hour. We're going to talk about how we're going to fix this Philadelphia Phillies so they can make an extended run in the postseason. Look, Destiny can't wait to give us all the answers.
You think I have solutions?
Well, we're going to help Dombrowski have some solutions about that. So why don't we start? I mean, just give me your overall assessment. Let's start with Destiny. Destiny, give us your overall assessment of the year. Where are these Phillies? I mean, is this window truly closing? Do you see? Is there hope? I mean, we've done this for the last 4 or 5 years together, and where is this team, and where do you see it going?
Yeah, I don't know about the window closing. I feel like I've said this before to other people, but this season reminds me of the 2021 Phillies, which were the last team to not make the playoffs, where they relied a lot on their stars and they didn't have much depth. So it feels like the stars are better. They definitely need a lot more depth, and we'll see what happens in the trade deadline. But I'm not feeling great because it does feel like if, guys like Wheeler, Sanchez, Schwarber, Harper, all the guys that are carrying this team right now, if there's an injury to one of them, like I don't know what happens. Like they're going to lose a bunch of games again, and then we'll kind of find ourselves back in the place they were in April, where they're probably below 500. Like I think it's that bad.
It is complicated. I mean, we're five games above 500. I mean, this team is the fourth highest paid team. I mean, Tim, your overall assessment of where this team is and where the window is.
Very similar to Destiny. You can tell we worked together for a long time.
I knew it.
But the top six, as Destiny said, Sanchez, Wheeler, Schwarber, Harper, Marsh, and Duran. You put the top six of the Phillies roster, and they can compete with anybody. It's a precipitous drop-off after that, though. Yeah. Trey Turner hasn't done what you need from Trey Turner. Brad Keller and Jose Alvarado haven't done what they needed. You've gotten Bowman stock going to a degree, but neither one of them has the numbers you would have hoped for on the season. And the thing that stands out to me is that even though the Phillies are 5 games above 500, they still have a minus 23 run differential. And part of that is because they were in a 9-19 hole to begin the season, but they've now been out of that for a while. And it's impressive they got out of that. But the reason that the run differential isn't positive is because every game that they're winning by 1 or 2 runs. And you're putting yourself in a position where you have no margin for Christopher Sanchez to have a slightly off day like he did today, or for Johan Duran to blow a save occasionally, which is going to happen. And we saw it in Toronto earlier this week. You cannot have every game that you win need to be Johan Duran comes in with a 1-run lead in the 9th inning and saves it. He's going to most of the time, but that's not you're going to burn him out, and you're going to burn your stars on this team out by July or August, the way that they're going.
Jeff, what's your take kind of on the overall season and the bigger questions this team has in terms of the window and where are we going?
I'm with Tim and Destiny. Like, it's getting to the point where I'm worried if Johan Duran's going to be overused or Ryan Kirking's going to be overused, even Jose Alvarado or Brad Keller. Like, I just feel like they're playing on pins and needles the entire time. They just can't make a mistake. And look, if Kyle Schwarber or Bryce Harper don't hit, this team doesn't do anything. And you see that. Like, look at Friday's game against the Brewers. You're facing a guy like Jacob Mizorowski who just dominates you in 95 pitches. And today, same with Harrison. You just couldn't do anything. And I know they've been hitting left-hand starters better. I know they've been hitting lefties a bit better, but I'm concerned about a lot of the guys on this team. And look, Trey Turner's 2026 season is starting to remind me of Pat Burrell's 2003 season. It just isn't getting any better, and I don't think it's going to get fixed.
Yeah, it's the question is, when this team has to face top pitching outside of the skiing game that I can remember that we did a great job against them, they have a very, very hard time winning games. Unless their pitching is completely elite. It's concerning. This was an interesting week. And actually, let me go back. One of the things that I did is I threw a challenge. And Jeff knows about this. We were doing Phillies Fastball and Phillies Weekly. I threw a challenge. We're going to play 21 games, 7 series. Not moving the polls here, Jeff. The 21 games that we talked about, 7 series.
No, these are it. Yeah, these are it. 6 series against first or second place teams, and this team went 13-8, which is a really, really good number. If you extrapolate this number, it's 100 game. It's 100. You would have taken this 3 weeks ago.
Absolutely. I probably would have won more than I would have probably like a 5-2 on the series more than a 4-3. But you did what you needed to do, and when you go the series that we lost to the Cleveland Guardians, we lost to the Los Angeles Dodgers, and we lost to the Milwaukee Brewers. Teams that know how to play. Particularly, let's put the Dodgers aside, but Cleveland and Milwaukee, they are scrappy teams. They got good pitching, and they'll find a way to beat you no matter what. I can guarantee you this. The Cleveland Guardians just lost Jose Ramirez to a hamate injury. That team will remain competitive, and they might be first or second in their division, ready to make a postseason run with Ramirez back on the lineup at the end of the year, because they know how to play. I cannot say the same thing of this team. This team, as you just said, Jeff, if we don't hit home runs, we don't win games. If we don't have the extra base hit, and you see it here when you look at, let me see if this slide. When you look at this team, if this team does not hit home runs, they have a very, very hard time. Look at the week. This is the famous weekly chart that I've been running for the last 2 years. If this team do not score 4 or more runs per game, and they allow less than 4 runs, they either lose a week or tie the week in this case. This week, we did not hit the mark in both of the, and take a look throughout the year. When we miss those marks, outside of the second week of the year against the Washington Nationals and the Colorado Rockies, we lose a week. But we got to 4 runs that week. But we went to 3.83 runs this week and 4.5 runs. And look, we basically tied the week. We could have potentially lost it, but we played well against the Toronto Blue Jays. But if we don't hit home runs, this team has a very, very hard time winning games.
What stands out to me from that chart that you shared on the prior slide of the 21 games is the 3 teams they lost to are probably the only 3 teams on that list that are going to be in the playoffs. The Blue Jays are not very good this year. I know the Padres had a really good record, and they have a great bullpen. Their lineup is probably the worst in baseball.
Pathetic,
yeah. I mean,
worse than the Phillies.
Legit, right, and it makes no sense because they have star power out the wazoo. But
Tatis is having 2 home runs entire year.
Machado has been terrible. Jackson Merrill. So like they haven't hit. I have a hard time, and their starting pitching is like a weird collection of guys that were good at one point. So I don't know that they're very good. The White Sox are scrappy, but I don't think they're ultimately going to make the playoffs. So the 3 teams you could potentially see in the playoffs, and more importantly, are the Dodgers and Brewers, obviously, you lost to. It's still good to be 13-8 over that 21-game stretch, but I think that does illustrate where you need to make some adjustments.
And now the whole thing shifts because now you're going to play within the division. And here's your record. Hold on, let me go back here. Here's your record against the division. You're 6-7 so far this year, and you're going to have 4 series over the next 2 weeks with the Marlins, with the Mets,
He was right
and
for
the
that.
National. What was that?
Didn't you see Destiny?
6-7 against the division. That's all I took away from the last.
I don't
5
think
minutes.
Oscar knows 6-7.
What did I say?
You said the Phillies
He
are
doesn't
6-7.
know.
Okay, I'm not going to explain it because I can't really explain it. So
Well,
it's a
It's
joke.
what the kids are doing. It's what the kids are
You
doing.
see kids
Just
do
don't
this?
mind me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
6-7.
Yeah, 6-7.
6-7. Okay, fine. So we're 6-7 against the division. That's why this is a family, guys. We're 6-7 against the division. Look, it's going to be an interesting test, right? I mean, the Mets have been very inconsistent throughout the year. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. The Nationals are hitting out of their minds. I mean, Woods is incredible. I mean, Abrams is hitting. Lyle is a good player. I mean, they know how to hit. I mean, that's a hitting team. They cannot pitch, but they can hit. The Marlins have had a great week, 8-2. I mean, or the last 2 weeks. And believe it or not, the Braves only won 1 game during the week. I mean, which it makes it even more interesting. We cut their lead from 9.5 to 8 games. I mean, during the week, but the Nationals even played better than we did because we won 3-3. So it is interesting. I mean, the challenge against left-handed pitching, I think we are beginning to play a little better against left-handed pitching. I don't think it's as much of a weakness as it was in the beginning of the year or probably last year, but again, this team, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to figure it out. So we're 8-4 for the month. We had a pretty in the month of June after an 18-10. So we cannot complain. Over the last 2 months or a month and a half, we're 26-14. We're 29-14 with Mattingly at the helm. 3-3 this week. Overall, 30 and 33.
I think the only thing you can complain about right now is you can openly. I mean, you gotta be honest here. The Dodgers are better, the Brewers are better, and the
Cleveland
who am I
Guardians.
missing? Yeah,
Cleveland Guardians.
No,
over
not
here.
the
Braves.
Cleveland Guardians in the National League. Yeah, and the Braves. Thank you, Destiny. Yeah,
The Braves.
The
The Braves are, to me,
better than that.
so far for the year, the Braves are the best team in the National League.
Yeah,
And the Dodgers are facing their injuries. I mean, so look, we're going to come to a very interesting time over the next 4 weeks. The big discussion is going to be what Mattingly. I mean, we saw some of the news today that Dombrowski's going after outfielders. Look, I think the Phillies have been going after outfielders over the last 3 years, and we still don't have a 4th hitter. I mean, that's the reality of things. I mean, we hope for the development of March, and we hit the jackpot this year with Brandon March. He's playing at an amazing level, but then you see the inconsistencies of Stott and Baum that who knows what they're going to end up. I think, look, they've been inconsistent throughout their careers, and I don't expect that that's going to change. Now, the bigger question here is Trey Turner. I mean, Trey Turner has not been this bad in his career, and he is really, really bad right now. He's definitely significantly struggling.
You can't chalk it up to, well, I had a terrible spring a couple years ago and I had my best season. No, you've been bad all year, Trey.
Yeah, that is the reality of things. Let me pull this out and go back to the hitters so we could talk a little bit about some of the guys that are making some comments here. Let's see here. Some of our friends here, they're here. In any other team, not just the Phillies, they lose one or two starting pitchers in the rotation, they're going to struggle. Well, that's a big question here. Look, we've got a friend from Venezuela here.
Can you imagine if the Phillies lose Christopher Sanchez or Zach Wheeler or Jesus Luzardo?
Omar Machado from El 23 de Enero. I mean, that's where they play ball there, dude. That's where Ronald Acuna is not from the 23 de Enero, but believe me, there's some very good players that have come out of the 23 de Enero. Look, it's let's talk pitching, and then we'll take Turner again. I mean, where are we right now? This is what happened this week with our starting pitching. I mean, what's our take on this? I mean, Painter, I put Painter here because to me he didn't start, but he did start. I mean, it was just a different way of looking at it. I mean, what's your take? I mean, so far, Destiny, in terms of where Painter is, what are we going to do with Painter in the short term, and then where Nola is, which we have seen we've seen a lot of inconsistency, particularly. We got to a stretch, 3 straight starts where he started playing with his knuckle curve, hitting probably like 40% of his pitches, and then throwing less of his four-seamer, and then people are beginning to catch up with him. And a team that is smart and use analytics the way Milwaukee does, they catch up to it. So that's kind of where we are. 4 and 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs. I mean, where are we with Nola, and where are we with Painter, and what's the future in here?
Yeah, it feels like with Nola this year, his curveball has been very good, and that has kind of kept him in some games. But his fastball is terrible. He doesn't have that same movement on the sinker. Like I never understood his cutter. Like he added that a couple years ago, but it's never been an effective weapon. And then his changeup is just like just another pitch he has. So it feels like hitters, especially like in the Brewers game, like they were sitting on that curveball because they could just totally eliminate the fastball. And that kind of bit him this time around. Painter, like his fastball has just looked straight like this entire year. And I know he's had a couple starts where it looked like he was figuring some things out and he was getting some swing and miss on his secondaries, but they have so little depth behind Painter, and that's really a problem that the front office didn't fix in the offseason. Like they really thought this guy was going to be a 5th starter for the entire year, but it comes to a point where like they have to think of something else and possibly send him down to AAA to get his confidence up, to work on some things, because it's just not working right now.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk pitches, and then Tim, we'll run it by you here. Let's start with Nola. Nola's fastball, they're hitting against the fastball, against the four-seamer 410, against the sinker, they're hitting 316, against his knuckle curve, as you said, Destiny 210, against a changeup 111, and against a cutter 387. So he cannot throw fastball, four-seamers, sinkers, or cutters, or they get hammered. And then he's depending, which we have seen a significant dependence, and he did it yesterday or a couple of days ago, and was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, the Nola game, and it didn't work out.
I think you still, like, once every 3 or 4 starts, Nola is like competitive and turns back the clock a little bit, but he just has no margin for error with his pitches right now outside of the knuckle curve, because it's not at a high enough velocity that if he misses his spot, it's getting hammered. So I think Nola is what he is right now. Painter's interesting because I think from like a long-term perspective, whether you think he's going to turn out to be what you thought or not, you can't bail on a guy this early in his career. With that said, it is going to get to the point here, if there's another start or two like this or appearance, where you have to consider making different arrangements, whether that's Alan Ronhell or somebody else. And I think you have gotten to the point where you're talking about, even with that top 3, even if we assume Luzardo gets a little more consistent and Wheeler and Sanchez are healthy, potentially having to get a number 4 starter, which is not something I thought coming into the season was going to be the case. And I'm not talking get Tarek Skubal, but whether it's like Robbie Ray or somebody that's like a veteran on an expiring deal, that if you need them to pitch a postseason game, they can do it. Or even if you need them to pitch an important game in September for playoff positioning, they can do it. Right now, it's hard to have trust in Nola and Painter. And I think what Destiny said about Painter's fastball is true. This reminds me a little bit of what I thought of Carlos Estevez a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was really reliant on just beating you with the velocity. And you used to be able to just throw 97 and guys didn't catch up to it. Now when you have Jacob Misiorowski and Aroldis Chapman and all these guys that can throw 102 and 103, you can't just throw 96 or 97 without a ton of movement and be successful. He hasn't really, since the Tommy John surgery, gotten back to the point where that pitch has a lot of life once it gets into the zone. And until he gets back to that, I think you're going to see not great results.
And it's the same issue on the same two pitches. I mean, the four-seamer, 382. They hit 382 against him. And then the sinker, 344. And then I like his, both his slider and his curve. I mean, they're
his
effective.
off-speed stuff's really good. It's
the split finger. Look, the split finger is at 205. And the
curve
curve is at 167.
I don't think either one of those can be your dominant pitch.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I agree
those
with that.
need to be like what you go off of. And right now, he can't.
And to me, the issue is location. I mean, particularly with those guys, they leave the fastball in the middle of the plate. You can't do that. I mean, of course they're going to hit it out.
Well, and with
he does that too. And is in those innings where he really struggles, he just starts leaving everything in the middle of the plate.
Well, and the problem with Painter, I mean, Nola, if he comes in the middle of the zone, it's getting hammered. That is what it is. With Painter, I think even more than leaving pitches in the zone, which has been a problem. Bowers hit the home run off him the other night, but he's had a lot of times where he has no ability to even locate the fastball in the zone. Aaron Nola can put it in the zone at least. It's just not hard enough to be successful right now. Painter, it seems like, really doesn't have a ton of confidence in his fastball at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's a catch-22, and now, Jeff, we enter a very interesting part of the year where trading young talent becomes an issue.
What talent is there to trade?
Yeah, that's the biggest question. Look, there is Tyler there. I mean, Michael Wacha could be an affordable trade option for the rotation. I mean, the question is, what can you trade? I mean, that's a bigger question because you're going to trade. Okay, you could trade Woods, fine. I mean, I'll get it. Wood could go. He could be one of the pieces could go, but Adam Miller cannot go. Now you have the issue is Arun Escobar is behind Adam Miller and could be potentially a third base option.
By the way, Arun Escobar is hitting 220 with an OPS barely over 600. So,
yeah.
Well,
you can see the pedigree. I mean, I do believe the kid is going to be a player.
I forget who said it, that the Royals probably aren't inclined to trade Wacha or Seth Lugo.
He has 2 years. Wacha has this and next year. That's the issue. While Lugo is in his last year, and they will be more prone to trade him. But is Lugo the answer?
Lugo has another year too. They both have another year after this, and I think with both of them, because they have that second year, like it's going to cost more than people would think to get them. The Phillies, because they have such limited resources, and what limited resources they have need to be used towards getting a bat, I think you're talking about, at best, you're getting a rental starter. Assuming you are going to get a bat.
I don't think people realize this right now. Like, everybody's talking about get rid of the talent you have. I'm telling you what talent. Like, right now, like, Dante Nori could be a trade piece. He has a hamstring injury. He's going to be out a bit. Like, I don't know how long, but he's on the 7-day IL, and he hasn't swung a bat all week. Like, well, I just, yeah.
But you traded Painter. I mean, you traded Mick Abel, and you got Johan Duran, which I would have made the trade. I think that's an effective trade. You got somebody that you needed in the back of the bullpen. I'm tired of going the Steves routes or the Kimbrel route. I mean, the 1 year off wonders, the way we've approached right field, which doesn't work. I mean, the gamble doesn't work. You need talent.
Oscar, if you can put that last comment back up, I kind of want to respond to that one. The problem is you need to develop some talent. So if you're trading guys and they're not turning into anything, that kind of means you're not doing a very good job of developing talent. Not that you want to trade a guy and he turns out to be Jacob Misiorowski or something, but the fact that you're not developing talent that you trade away and has success means your farm system isn't in a great place either. And you're not – as Jeff said, this year, like last year, you had some guys to move with Taiit, who you may regret trading him at some point. I think he could be really good. But Duran, you got a guy for multiple years. I think that's a smart trade. But this year, like Painter and Painter and Crawford graduated, and neither one of them's having a good year. And Aiden Miller hasn't played baseball this year. And I don't think
neither have Mick Abel, by the way, or he got a start or so, and he's been injured.
I think he's made 4 starts. Like, so Mick Abel, to me, I wasn't afraid to give up. I think he's probably like a number 4 starter, and that's fine. There's value in that. But this year, like Gage Wood is, I would imagine, very attractive. But beyond him, who is it? And I wouldn't think the Phillies want to trade Gage Wood either. I mean,
it's not sustainable to trade one of your first round picks every year.
Especially
do you really want to offer do you really want to offer like a Raiden Heredia or a Brian Rincon right now? Like, I think the Phillies kind of need middle infielders, and why not keep a guy that you're developing? I don't know.
They overhauled their farm system 5 years ago, and we're talking about the same problems with no depth. I mean, they've done a really good job of trading certain prospects at the deadline and kind of having what they need, but it's just not good this year.
No, and they gave up Clausen to the Angels, who I think, like relative to what you got for Estevez, you'd rather have Clausen and maybe Aldegari as well. But I think there was always going to be a lull in the farm system after Painter and Crawford graduated, but you thought when they graduated, they would be effective players at the majors, and they're not right now. And you also didn't think Aiden Miller was not going to play for, who knows, I mean, at least half the season, if at all. You thought Aiden Miller could be a guy that would come up this season. Now you're just hoping he can play for the Iron Pigs at some point.
Yeah, I mean, how'd you guys feel when Gabriel Rincones got called up? I was like 6'7", like, come on.
I mean,
I don't know if that's how you use it.
I don't know that's how you use it either, but I felt like using it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the Gabriel Rincones, is he going to get a true shot?
I mean, he's 25 years old. Like, there's an injury. Like, you have to give him at least a few weeks to.
Yeah, you have to give him a few weeks. I mean,
I think he would have been a good fit with Garcia, like as a platoon guy. I don't think he's ever going to. I don't think he's ever going to be a play every day guy though. So yeah, I mean, Rincones could be like someone that's part of a trade if he doesn't become a big part of the Phillies, but he's not. You're not getting like a huge player back in return for him as the headliner. So this is the problem. And I mean, he didn't think the club was good enough, to be fair. I mean, they tried to sign Bo Bichette, and after they didn't get Bo Bichette, it probably wasn't worded correctly when I forget the exact thing. He said, like, we're content.
He said we're content.
Yeah,
we're content with our club.
Clearly, they weren't content with what they had. That's why they decided of the pieces remaining on the market, there wasn't one that made sense for them to sign, and we can debate whether the Phillies were not content, though. I mean, they were willing to sign Bo Bichette and maybe lucked out in not doing so the way he's played this year, but clearly they knew they needed another bat.
Bader might not be a bad idea, particularly because he's having a bad year.
He's been very hurt this year.
And I know he has.
As for most of his career.
Taking a shot on him at the end, at the trading deadline, is not a crazy idea in the sense that he's not going to cost you much.
Yeah, but he's on a 2-year deal, so you're locking yourself into $10 million. I wouldn't.
And I think they were smart by not giving him that 2-year
No,
deal.
I'm a big Harrison Bader fan.
I agree.
But
I don't necessarily think he was the solution because he threw out. I mean, again, look at the back of the card, but take a look at the back of the card to Trey Turner. I mean, Trey Turner needs to wake up. I mean,
well, I think if you're talking about the Giants outfield, Elliot Ramos. That's somebody like if you're trying to find, he's not a good fielder, but if you're trying to find someone that you could say like he's good now, and if you get him to a better team, maybe he becomes even better.
The question, Tim, is what are you willing to give up? Because he's going to cost you. He's going to cost you more than Bader.
Right. Not much more.
But what can someone like Alex McFarland get you? That's what I'm curious about.
I don't know.
I think he's going to be gone.
Well, maybe, but like, or do you want to have him in your bullpen because
I'd rather have him here, but that's just me.
Yeah, another year of hunting for the elusive right-handed bat because Dombrowski thought the club was good enough. Look, Dombrowski knows more than all of us that he doesn't have the right-handed bat. He's to a certain extent, and it's nothing to do with ownership or anything like that. He's handcuffed because
I just always thought they were handcuffed because of the 2 bad contracts that Nick Castellanos and
Nick Castellanos. I agree. He's handcuffed because of it. That's the reality of it. I mean, you're going to let $37 million go out of the books. I mean, part of it, you're paying Luzardo more money. You're paying Sanchez more money. I mean, that's going to be part of
Brad
that
Keller, $11 million. That looked like Brad a good Keller. Signing in December.
Yeah, we haven't. So here's kind of we'll go and regroup and close it back at the end here. Let's look at some of the numbers here on a month-by-month basis and get your thoughts on this. So, I mean, we know we started really bad, 10-16. I actually did not update the left. I should have updated the totals. The totals are not updated. This is as of last week.
Oh, is that last week's totals?
Yeah, I just did June. I didn't realize I had the total there. So the April we went 10-16. I mean, it was awful everywhere. I mean, runs scored 26, ERA 25th. Then May hits were 18-10, relying 100% on our starting pitching. That was incredible what our pitching did. 4th in baseball with a 3.19 ERA. We were 22nd in baseball in run score. Now, when you look at June, we started really well at 5-1. We were in green last week, but now we're in yellow. So after an 8-4 start, we're 17th in run scores at 4.58, and we're at 4.37-13 with a couple of bad outings that we had here. We're at 4.37 ERA. So who are the Phillies? I mean, that's a question. I mean, who are the Phillies? Are they an inconsistent team that you cannot necessarily to me, this team relies on the starting pitching. They need tremendous starting pitching to be able to win because the hitting is going to be very inconsistent. And if they face a top pitcher, they ain't going to score runs. That's the reality of what this team is. You rely too much on the home run. And if you don't get those extra base hits, you're going to be in trouble.
I think what they are right now is like an 84 or 85 win team, which is probably good enough to get a wild card spot, but not for sure. And even if you get the goal, they're not going to have a parade because you got into the playoffs
after the last graphic you had
after starting 9-19. So I think they're very top heavy. There are 6 guys having great seasons, and then a lot of other guys just around them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I'm with Tim on that. Like, I feel like at best, maybe 88 right now, 88 and 74, which I think gets you in. But I mean, I just don't see them on par with the division leaders. And I think that's on the front office to kind of close that gap. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're better than the Padres because they didn't lose a game to them. Not sure how they are against the Cardinals yet because we haven't seen them. I'm curious to see how they do in the division this week and next week. So,
Yeah.
This
is another test, just like the 21-day challenge, 21-game challenge. This is another test.
This one's a little different test, but I agree with you. Yeah. This is a different test.
It's a different test. Destiny, when you look at these numbers, these are the projections by Fangraph. What are your thoughts? Is that who the Phillies are? They're an 85, 87 win team?
That sounds pretty optimistic to me. I'm focused more on the Mets being an 80 and 82 team and how hilarious that is.
Yeah, how's that possible?
I mean, that's what they projected. I mean, maybe because they're a New York-based company, they're trying to keep everybody in New York happy for now.
It's so weird at this time, like last year, the Mets, we thought like, oh, they were going to be in battling with the Phillies to the end. And then after that series, they just kind of went south. They never really recovered.
I mean, here's kind of where they are. They are a wild card team right now. I don't think we're going to catch up to the Braves. I don't think this team can make up 8 games against the Braves right now. The Braves are without Acuna. I mean, that is impacting. Now, Strider went down again.
I think he's done, honestly.
I think he's done. I agree.
I don't think he's going to be the same guy. But it doesn't matter. The Braves, they're going to get they haven't even had Waldrop or Schwellenbach pitch for them yet this season. They're going to get them back. And, I mean, the Braves are really good.
I don't think we're catching them. I mean,
they've been the best team in baseball this season.
Surprise team here, the Cards, man. 38 and 31, the Cards. What in the world is that? I mean.
Well, Jordan Walker has turned into one of the best players in baseball.
Like we thought he was going to be a couple years ago.
Second
look at the Nationals. They're 37-35. They're good.
I don't know what they're going to do, but I mean, it's like I look at that. I mean, I'm looking at it in fourth place in the National League, and it's say, how can that be? And then you look at the Cubs, they're seventh right now, and it's like, what's going on here? I mean, they're what, three? They're probably 2.5 games behind them. But look, it's wild. I mean, it is wild. The Brewers, I mean, are an amazing team. I mean, they just know how to win. I mean, that team knows how to win. I love Churrio. I wish we could have somebody like that. Francisco Renteria, please turn into an Acuna or a Churrio so we could be celebrating here in a few years. I mean,
assuming they don't have to trade him.
No, there's no way they're trading that guy.
Why would the Cubs trade anybody, by the way? They're right in the thick of this thing.
I think the thought with them is that the teams are so desperate for right-handed hitters right now that someone would overpay for Suzuki, who's going to be a free agent after the year.
Yeah.
But the problem is, Ken Rosenthal wrote about this. He was basically saying, like, you would only trade him if you're the Cubs if you could get, like, a starting pitcher. Well, the Phillies don't have a starting pitcher unless, like, assuming they're not trading Sanchez, Wheeler, or Luzardo. The Phillies don't have a starting pitcher for the Cubs.
I mean,
so if that's what it takes, the Phillies are out.
I agree 100% with that. I mean, the Phillies would be out. I mean, it's complicated. I mean, it is a complicated scenario. So look at our hitters, guys. I mean, this is where they are. This is getting uglier than getting better. Look at this, Destiny. This is your favorite chart. Look at the chase rate. 27th in baseball. Chase rate 27th in baseball.
They're just bad everywhere.
Percentage case. We were 16th 3 weeks ago. Now we're 24th in baseball. 23.4% strikeout rate. We don't get base on balls.
Will do that to you.
I'm going to show you the slide on. It's a similar slide. It's not the same, but I'm going to show you the slide from the Brewers, so you can see the difference between a team that knows how to win and a team that doesn't know.
I think their OPS is a little bit higher than 681 they had on the chart. I think it's like 690.
I'll show you. Yeah, but more than the OPS. I'll show you.
But it's still very low.
So I'll show it in the beginning. So this was the matchup of the series. Like, take a look at the numbers for them on the upper right. So this team is first in run scores in baseball at 538. They are 20.7%, sixth in baseball striking out, and they're second in baseball getting base on balls. That's how they win. And in extra base hits, they're 24th. The Phillies are 17th in baseball, but we're 26th in run score, 24th in strikeouts, and 25th getting base on balls. We don't know how to. I mean, it's a different. They know how to win. I mean, look at.
I think the telling stat in this series is 0 for 0 runners in scoring position on Friday and 0-0 runners in scoring position on Sunday. What does that tell you?
Yeah. Well, and I think a few years ago the Phillies were too reliant on hitting home runs, but they at least had enough guy. In addition to Schwarber and Harper, they had JT Realmuto hit way more home runs than Castellanos was still a usable player. Like, they had more guys. Trey Turner was hitting for way more power. Now you're literally just Harper and Schwarber pretty much hitting home runs. Marsh has hit a decent number, but Marsh isn't a home run hitter. So
he's not. I mean, and actually, Baum has caught up to him in home runs so far this year.
Yeah, but I mean, neither one of them are home run hitters. So you're a team that's like living and dying by the home run, but you don't have enough home run hitters.
Now, this is your favorite chart, Tim. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it in a minute. Hold on. This is Tim's favorite chart. Take a look at that.
I have a favorite chart.
Look at that. Yeah, you do. There you go. This is your favorite chart with the fourth hitters. So look on the left, and I added one more column. I'm sorry. I know this is loaded, but this is everything in one. If you want to show the Philadelphia Phillies in one page, this is the page. This is the batting split.
How everybody's down but the number 2 and 3 hitter, who are Schwarber and Harper. By the way, that's going down because Trey Turner's bringing number 2 down.
Well, and Bryce Harper said before the season the Phillies needed way more out of their number 4 spot than they got last year. Well,
720 to 634. I mean, it's like, and that poor March, they move him around so he balanced some of the numbers out. I mean, between the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
That's literally why it's higher than what it should be.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just scary. And something we're really good, or we're good. Look at our OPS with runners in scoring position, 764. I think we're like, I don't know, six in baseball, but we're the worst team getting runners on base.
You don't get any runners in scoring position, though.
I mean, we get base.
Even the bottom of the order, look how bad that is. A 532 OPS is a significant drop off from
And that's not all Crawford either, because he's
but Crawford has. I mean, I have is the next slide, but Crawford has not been playing well over the last month.
Bryson Stott has not done even close to what he did in the second half of last year. And JT had a great night last night, but since he's come back from the knee injury, has not been very good. So, like, even position, it's not like when they had a 698 OPS out of the 7th spot last year, you were like, that's good, but they've gotten worse.
Yeah, I mean, I look at by
bench
position.
Their bench guys don't do anything. Like, I think Tim tweeted today, hey, look, Rafael Marchand's really good defensive catcher, but he can't hit.
Hey, we got a lead fielder. I mean, Mr. Sosa now plays everywhere, by the way. He's made a couple of good catches there.
But he hasn't had a good offensive season either relative to what
he's improving. He's improving.
He is. I think
look at his number in June. Look at the numbers in June. 884 for him. Also, Stott looks better in June. And then Garcia was improving with those home runs. And then Baum has been basically at the average level of OPS at 712.
I think we're just at a point, like Oscar said earlier, that this is what Stott and Bohm are. They're going to have some stretches where they're really good, but you have enough evidence now that they're not going to be like a 6-month season. They're not going to have an 800 OPS or something like that. It's just
the best you saw out of Bohm was 2 years ago when he was an All-Star.
Yeah, it's so.
Even that was 2 good months.
Yeah, exactly.
And these are the season averages. I did include the season averages here. So, and then this is their career average. I mean, look at Turner, 820 career, 599 this year, guys. I mean,
I don't even know what you do. I know people are worried about the long-term ramifications of the contract, but
I don't care about long-term. Let's fix
today.
it.
Figure them out.
I mean, it's going down. Look at May. Look at June. I mean, it's not going up.
I thought that's
So the question is it the player? Is it the coaching? I mean, do we need a second? I think Kevin Long needs to be here because he's core to some of the guys that are here. And I'm not by any stretch of imagination, but there's some teams
I still think he's here and Rob Thompson isn't. I think that's one of the reasons why Rob Thompson isn't here. But
bring another guy. I mean, and maybe he coaches Turner. I mean, maybe a guy that helped him hit home runs, which is Kevin, and then the other guy, we could bring another guy that is more of a contact guy that can get these guys to bunt the ball, go the other way. I mean, to me, Turner needs to learn. I mean, Turner last year was hitting to right field, those little ground balls that turn into hits. He's not even doing that right now.
The problem is he's chasing everything, and when you chase everything like he does, their approach at the plate is horrific.
So what do you do, guys? What do you do? I mean, Destiny, what do you do from a hitting standpoint? You bring just one right-handed bat, and then we call it that's it?
Honestly, like, if you can't find a right-handed bat, like, fine. I don't care if he, like, if
he's
hits,
lefty,
like, lays down on his back and, like, swings like this. Like, I don't.
I mean, Blade might be available. He's hitting really well this year. I mean, I know he's a lefty, but it's like we need help.
I don't think he's going to be available. A, the Reds are in, and B, they now control him for like 2 more years. So, I don't know what they're going to do.
I mean, I know now the hot name is Abel. I mean, the guy with the
Adele,
the Angels. Yeah. Adele. Sorry, that's right.
Adele.
Yeah, I like Adele. I've said it for a while. I think he's a player that he's been a disappointment with the Angels, but you've seen enough flashes where he can be good. But he's got another year. It's going to cost like a decent amount to acquire him. So,
and then Ward has not had a great year for the Orioles.
He's like gotten on base more, but he hasn't hit for as much power. But he's going to become like, people are going to view him like he's a superstar because they're so desperate for right-handed hitters. So it's not like the Phillies are the only team that's going to be competing for these guys. And I don't think it's a bad thing to talk about it, but I don't think Buxton's going to move. I don't think Trout. I don't think Yordan Alvarez, Ketel Marte.
And I don't want to trade a Gage Wood or a player like that for these guys.
Buxton, you're going to have to give the house. You're going to have to give your entire farm system for Buxton. I mean, he's the guy that we need.
Right.
I mean,
I think at this point, I believe Buxton when he says he wants to stay. He wants to stay in Minnesota.
Probably, but if they traded Joe Ryan and I don't know. I mean, and Trout, it's just like, I don't think he
Yeah.
wants
A
to.
pipe
I think he
dream.
wants to
Yeah.
play his whole career with the Angels. I don't
I mean,
like. I think it's a more reasonable conversation this year than any other year to have it. But he has shown no indication that he is obsessed with Derek Jeter was his favorite player, and Derek Jeter played his whole career with the Yankees, and he wants to do that with the Angels. The problem is the Yankees were good and the Angels aren't. But
Yeah, I don't think fans understand this. If you're happy somewhere, why would you want to leave?
well, I think what their thought is why is he happy there? But I don't think the Angels have any reason to trade Trout because he's the best player in the history of their team. If he wants to spend his whole career there and hit all his milestone home runs, by all means. The only reason they would trade him is if he comes to them and says, I want to be traded. And if he's not going to do that, then I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
If he wanted to play in Philly, it already would have happened by now. He either
Would have happened years ago. Yeah.
or they would have traded him to Philly already. I don't think it's happening.
Let's see here. I see a comment here. Let's see what they say. Suggesting give Turner a few days off and move him down to 6th or 7th. I mean,
I think Don is going to do that reset that he did with Alec Boehm at the beginning of the May, where he does take a few days off and then comes back in the lineup. But who knows if that really works?
Well, and really, your best lineup would be Bryce Harper hitting second after Schwarber, but Bryce Harper is really married to hitting third, and that may mean he sees less pitches. I don't know.
Maybe it does help a guy like Turner because he is on record saying that he would take hundreds and hundreds of swings in a day. It could help to just not do anything for a day, maybe two. So
he's one of the big fans of the Phillies. I mean, this guy is like every single day there. So, look, we got a great 1-2 punch for the postseason. The question is, can we hit enough? Which is the issue. And we got a great closer. And let's talk pitching for a second. Let's go from hitting to pitching. So one right-handed bat, that's what we all, I think, consensus would be. That would be the ideal world. Broxton would be a dream, which probably is not going to be. That's like dreaming of Fantasy Island right now. But look, we need a right-handed bat urgently. I think that's the consensus, and it has been consistent. We've said that.
They did get one. They got Derek Hill.
But I really like that trade. Like I don't think Derek Hill is going to be like a really
trade.
good player for them, but at least he's a really good outfielder. He has speed, and he's used to the role that they're being asked for him to do, which is like be a right-handed platoon bat.
He can hit lefties, so.
It's a shame Adolis Garcia got hurt because it seemed like they were interested in Derek Hill before Adolis Garcia got hurt.
They needed him before Adolis got hurt just because they were platooning Crawford. And I don't know, it feels like they went into the season like messaging that like, oh, Crawford's going to be this everyday guy and they're not going to get a platoon partner for him. And then all of a sudden they're platooning him and then now they don't really have a platoon partner for him.
And they did it early too, like when they were doing this. It was like right around.
Yeah, it's like they didn't give him a chance at all against lefties.
No, I don't get it.
He's not hitting righties either.
The reason they said they didn't bring him up last year after the trade deadline is because if he was going to come up, he needed to play every day. He played every day for less than a month, I feel like, this season. Yeah. And I get in September.
Look at the Crawford numbers.
Not being truthful about that. It was probably a lot more about the defense in center field.
But I feel like the defense has gotten better recently.
No, I mean like last year. Like if you theoretically brought him up in August, like what kind of center field would you get from him?
I mean, look at the numbers in May and June. I mean, it's not pretty at all.
And it's weird too. Like I put out today, he's hit 273 against lefties since May. I mean, it's only 11 at bats, but 3 for 11.
It's 11 at bats.
Yeah, exactly. Better.
Guys, thought it was their best left-handed pitcher hitter.
I don't understand why like they just decided that he wasn't good against left-handed pitching. And that he's just not.
He hit 390 against them last year. I don't understand. Or
to me, you just got to run with him. And I mean, you made the decision.
I don't know. It's getting to a point where you got to make a decision on that too, because it's the middle of June. Like they've given him time to run.
I think they'll probably platoon him more now that Hole is here.
Like he hasn't been good at all.
Yeah, I think now Derek Hole, they're platooning more. That's my guess.
Like April through June, or even July should have been the point where you're trying him every day to see what you need to do at the trade deadline.
That's what I don't like what they're doing. It's like,
right, and they missed that
wondered,
opportunity.
Yeah, and like for years you wouldn't trade him, and like Dave Dombrowski has said on the record, I will. No, I believe in this kid. Okay, you believe in him, but you're not showing it.
There has to be like a disconnect between like what the front office thought like they wanted for him and then the decision making below that. I don't know.
They were willing to trade him for Garrett Crochet back in the day, as you may remember, but
they didn't get Garrett Crochet.
Right.
So this is where our hitters are as of right now after the game today. I mean, it's
2 years
scary.
ago, Tim?
It's
Garrett
scary.
Crochet?
Look,
That's 2 years ago they were trying again. Yeah.
we're gonna win by pitching, and we're gonna have to. I mean, Turner needs to wake up, and we need a right-handed bat. I mean, that's the bottom line out of this. So let's go into our pitching. So we're 14th overall in ERA, 13th by starting pitching. It went down a couple points. Like we were like 4.11 last week. We're 4.21 this week with some of the inconsistent pitching. Look at our pitching over the last 2 weeks. We're 24th in baseball, and we're down to 16th again. So we have been kind of a little bit inconsistent.
They went 8-4 in that stretch. So that's not.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It is what it is. I mean, those are the
numbers.
I feel
like the bullpen's been better than what that ERA suggests. But there's been a couple guys that haven't had good years.
Yeah, I mean, Keller, what's your take on this? This is where their starters are. So, do we believe Dombrowski is going to go and get a fifth starter?
Yeah, I mean, but we've said it, like they have no resources. Who are they? If you're trading to get an outfielder, you also probably need another left-handed reliever because I think Backus, when he comes back, maybe he becomes something because he looked really good before he got hurt. But Alvarado hasn't been good. Tanner Banks hasn't been good. And Tim Meza is fine. Tim Meza is like a pitch the sixth inning guy. But you don't have a lefty. When you're talking about playing in the NL, when you could see in the playoffs, you could see.
And Bank is not reliable this year.
Right. You could see Matt Olson. You could see Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. You need a guy that can get out tough lefties. They don't have that. So that's another thing you're talking about having to trade for. I look at the bullpen. Kerkering's been good, although given the playoff history, and I'm not just talking last year, I'd be a little hesitant with him in the postseason. Duran's been lights out. After that, Sugar, until that time in Toronto, had been good, but he's like a long man. Bolin has been just kind of there. Like, your two guys you were counting on to have this great bullpen were Brad Keller and Jose Alvarado, and the numbers speak for themselves. They haven't been good.
Last question before we go and wrap up with kind of the next what's coming up. The All-Star game is in a month. What's your take? Who do you believe is going to make the All-Star game, and what's going to happen with the starting pitching, particularly between Mizorowski and Sanchez, from your point of view?
I think Mizorowski is going to be the starter. If I had to guess, he's the best show in baseball right now. But we'll see. Sanchez certainly has time. He's definitely going to be an All-Star. But I don't know that the Phillies are going to have as many All-Stars as people think. I wrote about this yesterday. Bryce Harper, there are a lot of first basemen in the mix. And Brandon Marsh, as great of a season as he's having, there's a lot of outfielders to pick from. So
this is where I'm going to go after the fans.
Neither one of them are a lock.
I think the fans love to talk trash. Stuff the ballot box if you want these guys in, because I don't think they're getting in as reserves.
Well, I think you have Duran's going to be an all-star, Schwarber's going to be an all-star, and Sanchez is going to be an all-star. And after that, we'll see. Zach Wheeler, I think, is going to have a case, but he didn't pitch till April 25th. So if there's a tie to be broken, that might not go in his favor. Harper, maybe you get him in, but you already have Matt Olson's going to be in. Bowers on the Brewers is having a great season. Mm-hmm. Freddie Freeman is always a candidate. So it's not a
So
guarantee.
if you would have to guess, who would be the guys, Tim?
Sanchez, Schwarber, Duran, and Wheeler, I'm going to say right now. And I think one of Harper or Marsh gets in, but I don't think both are going to get in.
That's interesting. How about you, Destiny?
Duran, Schwarber, Sanchez, Wheeler as some sort of replacement. Just the roster rules. We always think of who logically is the best candidates for the All-Star game. Like the roster rules and like what the league tries to do every year, like it makes it weird. I do think like if you remember 2 years ago when the Phillies were like one of the best teams in baseball, like the fans really hijacked the voting. So they had like Turner, Bohm, and Harper starting in the All-Star game. Like I think the same thing could happen with Brandon Marsh. Like I don't think they released
That's where I'm at.
a ballot,
Yeah.
like a
But
ballot
it was the
update.
Philadelphia Phillies instead of the All-Star game in the National League. I mean, we had third, fourth, and
That was
first base.
very
I mean,
like Phillies represented All-Star game. So I think the team has done like a really good job of like getting people to vote, and so I think Marsh like could benefit the most from that. I'm not sure about Harper just because like what Tim said, there's a lot of really good first basemen in the National League, and Bryce like to his stand, like he's having a good year, like especially compared to some of these other guys, but he's not having the Bryce Harper elite year. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, if you go
is Bryce Harper elite anymore? Is that the $1 million question?
256. That average is going down significantly.
Yeah, if you go into WAR, he's like 8th or 9th because his defensive numbers have been bad this year. And if you go into WAR for outfielders, Marsh is like 11th. No, I think Marsh has been better than the 11th best outfielder, but I think a lot of people think it's a slam dunk he's going to be in.
When he was leading the league in hitting, that was
which he's not.
I think he's going to get voted in. I agree with that. I think the fans are going to stuff the ballot box.
But Jung-Hoo Lee is now, and that's another outfield candidate, is now leading in batting average. And you have Corbin Carroll and J.J. Bleday. Jordan Walker's definitely going to be an all-star. Juan Soto. Like, there's a lot of other candidates that I think sometimes people forget that. But
remember, we got to remember, people only watch the Phillies. They don't watch anybody else.
When the Phillies had 8 all-stars the other year, Christopher Sanchez wasn't one of the original all-stars. He got added later. So maybe, and especially because they're the home team this year, maybe they get another one. But when
the
they
Phillies
had
40 games over 500 when they had 8 all-stars.
When they had 8 all-stars, they had the best record in baseball.
Yeah, and they don't anymore. So that's not who we are right now. So this is what's coming up. So we're going to have this weekend, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Wheeler, Luzardo, and Painter. Tim, you said something very interesting. You were at a show this morning. You want to tell them the show that you guys have on Pattison?
Yeah, I was on Baseball Insiders with John Brazier and Tommy Green this morning.
Mr. Brazier, I mean, Mr. Fun and Games of the Phillies. You got them having fun and games.
Yeah.
I don't Pattison now. How about that, Destiny? You can hire Jeff. Destiny, you can hire Jeff and I to be the fun guys in Phillies Nation there.
Director of Fun and Games sounds like a great title.
That sounds like a Destiny.
I love that title.
I think Destiny should be the spokesperson for Many Hands Coffee if they're not paying her yet.
Well, I mean, they're paying me in coffee.
Yeah.
They are.
Oh, yeah. See, but you know what? Coffee's better than money sometimes. I agree.
I don't drink coffee, but they were giving out these giant cookies the other day that were amazing.
Oh, they were good.
They
were good.
They're really good.
So, Tim, you said something very interesting, that they should have split Nola and Painter.
Yeah. Well, and from what Nathan Ackerman was down at the game for Phillies Nation, what I was reading from him, Don Mattingly kind of conceded that's a possibility moving forward. Now, I don't know when they would do it. It might have to be after the off day on Friday. They kind of rearrange things. You can't have these guys back-to-back. As great of an advantage as it is having Sanchez and Wheeler back-to-back, at the very least, put Luzardo in between.
Yeah, mix it up. You got the off day Friday. You have an opportunity to do it. But by the way, thank you, World Cup, for giving the Phillies the rare off day on Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah. But yeah, they need to split those two guys up. I think it's gotten to the point where it just doesn't make sense because you're needing long innings, for at least 4 innings from your bullpen every time both of them are pitching. So when they go back to back, then the next day, if Sanchez doesn't go 7 or 8 innings, you're in trouble.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
And they're always trying to find like an extra day for Painter because he's not used to pitching on normal rest. So I think it'll happen soon, but that's just another reason why you got to consider possibly sending him down, just because like you could control his schedule a little bit more.
Well, when did he pitch? Friday? He pitched Friday, right?
Yeah,
that was the last day he pitched. I was trying to think they could theoretically push him to 20th, but they're not going to do that.
Well, and what Don Mattingly said previously, he was not willing to kind of talk about the possibility of splitting them up because he wanted, or giving Painter skipping him a turn through, because he wanted to give more rest to Luzardo, Sanchez, Wheeler, and I think Nola arguably benefits the most from the rest. So yeah, you want to do what's right by Painter, but you don't want to screw these other guys who are going to be the ones, particularly with Wheeler, Sanchez, and Luzardo, pitching in the playoffs if you get there.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Anything else? I mean, Destiny, from your magic wand to fix the Phillies, that anything about this week or that you want to fix, how you want to fix the Phillies?
I mean, it'll be different from last year. Like, the trade deadline is not fixing their problems. And for a lot of the reasons that we talked about in the last hour, like, they don't have the depth in the farm system to completely overhaul this team. And even if they did, like, the trade market doesn't work that way anymore, just because there's so many teams that are still competitive around the deadline and the expanded playoffs. I know last year, like, it was a transformative time just because they got Duran, and Harrison Bader was more of like a complimentary piece, but the guys around him really started hitting. But it's going to take the pieces that they have in-house to really turn this thing around. And I don't know, like, you know, we've been talking about these issues like last year. Like, it wasn't as bad last year, but the last 2 months of the year, they had one of the best offenses in baseball. So I'm not ruling out.
They were the hot team going in last year.
I'm not ruling out a total, like, complete turnaround, but some of the numbers are just stunning to me. The amount of guys that have OPSs in the low 600s, and even like Turner, and, you know, before he got hurt, Garcia under 600. Like, you kind of have to, like, lower your expectations when it comes to like these are really bad years. Like, I can't really believe it, honestly.
Interesting. No, I agree. Tim, from your end, anything else that you think would be key for the Phils?
They need to win some games where Johan Duran doesn't have to close out a one-run victory. That's the biggest. They're going to burn him out. And as much as it's great that he wants to take the ball every day, he can't take the ball every day, though. You saw it in Toronto. Eventually, he's going to blow a save or be mortal. That's life. It's an injury risk. When a guy throws 101, it's an injury risk putting them out there every time, especially without rest. And even the game before they went to Toronto, he had to warm up in the 9th inning. I'm blanking on who was pitching that. I think it was Bolin was pitching the 9th inning, and things got a little dicey. And even though Duran didn't have to come in, he had to warm up to the point where Mattingly wasn't sure he was going to be available the next day. So they need to win some of these games going away where Duran can sit out there and not have to pitch every day or warm up every day.
I'm curious to find out how many times Johan Duran has gotten hot this year or has had to get up, because if he's on pace for 100, that is not good.
No, and he had two chances yesterday to not have to come into that game, and Alvarado and Keller blew those chances.
They blew it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and not only
I feel like you saw the effects too last year of him getting overused, because in Minnesota they did use him a lot. And I know, like, last year we talk a lot about Kerkering and Strom. Like, Duran was not good in the playoffs last year, so I do think like they have to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, he walked around.
He walked around.
He got away with that. Like, I remember, like, in LA last year, like, nobody talked to him, but like Kerkering was the guy that drew the crowd.
Kerkering got all the thing. I'm like, did we forget Johan Duran walked in the tying run?
Guys, both Jeff and I cannot thank you enough for joining us today. Destiny, tell us where can we follow you and all the wonderful things that you're doing in Phillies Nation, programs, shows, all the dynamics and all the fun stuff, including the coffee.
Yeah. On Twitter, X, Destiny_Lugardo. I'm on TikTok, but I haven't been posting a lot. But I'll get back into it at some point.
She posts fun stuff in TikTok. Trust me.
I got her fun and games on TikTok.
Yeah. Yep. Writing on PhilliesNation.com, like me and Ty and Nathan and, Tim a few years ago. Like, I feel like we've build a really good brand and reputation, and we're really proud of the coverage that we do. So the best way to support us is to, click on the articles on the website, watch the video up top. You don't even have to read the story.
Or go buy some of that Shine Sports. That could help.
Yeah. Shine Sports in Center City.
No, nobody's reading articles anymore. So if you just share the graphics that we're all doing on social media.
Yeah.
No one reads tweets anymore. We tell you guys this stuff to your face, and they don't.
I think X is it's a different animal than it used to be.
It's cesspool, man.
Yeah,
it is.
It's a disaster.
It is.
I literally tonight I literally posted a picture of how much parking is to get in the World Cup, and people think I'm lying or it's not in Philly. I'm like, no, that's Philly. Yeah, or it's AI. Yep.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You got all these AI articles everywhere.
and then you go to YouTube and it's all advertising. I mean, they want to throw advertising right and left. I mean, it's like, come on, guys. I mean,
but there's a new episode of Phillies Stoplight with myself and Anthony Sanfilippo on YouTube that you can watch. You can follow me at Tim Kelly Sports. I'm not on TikTok, but I'm on Twitter, X, Facebook, Blue Sky, Threads. Follow me there, and then
he's everywhere.
Read my writing on Phillies Nation. old habits on Pattison and Bleacher Report as well.
You can still read Tim's old articles.
You can go to Phillies Nation and help Destiny out. Just read
somebody's got to be reading some of those old articles.
The Roy Halladay story.
Yeah, the Joe Votto Roy Halladay.
You guys are amazing.
Tim, did you used to do the walk-up song playlist for Destiny did, or was that
that's me.
And that was part of the terms of the me leaving.
Yeah, like if he does it, then I'll
I got the uniform. I got the uniforms, and Destiny got the walk-up songs.
We're all waiting for the 4th of July and the Field of Dreams uniforms to come out this rate.
Are you guys, just one last question, are you guys excited by the All-Star game? I mean, you think it's going to be something different?
I'm excited, but also ready for it to be over at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm nervous for the amount of how much chaos is going to be, but I'm excited for they do the media day where all the players are on the
that's fun.
podium.
That's fun.
I'm more excited.
I'm going as a fan. Like, my dad's 70. He's never been the one. My pop-up used to go. I'd never been the one. So I kind of want to soak it in with him as a fan, but I might go to Home Run Derby. I'm still debating on that one.
I'm more excited for the Field of Dreams, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
That's going to be fascinating there in the Field of Dreams. Is there Airbnbs there, or you got to sleep in the bushes there with all the...
No. Anthony and I found a nice Airbnb, so we will be represented at.
Is it like a house tree? Is it a house tree on top?
No, it's nice. It's a nice.
I got a friend who lives in Davenport. I'm trying to figure out how far that is from everything.
Yeah, that's the bigger problem is finding flights and travel to get there.
He drives, but I don't. I'm like, isn't it like a 13 hours? He goes close to it.
It's too much for one game for me. I know.
I don't know why I don't understand why they don't play a whole weekend there.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Tim.
Also, it's on Netflix, by the way, for Phillies fans curious where to find this.
It is on Netflix.
Great. I can't wait to hear everyone complaining about.
Netflix.
How about the Home Run Derby? That's gonna be on Netflix
was terrible. Oh, the Home Run Derby's on Netflix too.
That's my most elitist take. Do you really not have Netflix at this point? Like, are you complaining that the game
NASCAR fans complain about Prime Video. I'm like, guys, 250 million people have Prime Video.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, the amount of people, what the percentage of the U.S. population that have Prime. I mean, it's insane.
If you don't have Netflix or Prime, or HBO, I don't know what to tell you.
So
if you don't join them,
I
mean, it's like you got to get
on
to
NBC, right? Futures games NBC?
I don't know. I'll be there. So
I'll be there too. But
and in 2 years, MLB is going to basically combine all the. It's going to be interesting what's going to happen to the entire media landscape in a couple of years when all the contracts are up. So
I'm already hearing rumors like they're going to try to split the World Series up between broadcast partners like they did in the 90s.
I hate that.
You never know. It's going to be. It's all about money, guys. At the end of the day, it's all about money. I mean, that's the reality of things.
I would like to see NBC get a World Series, though. I think they are doing a good job with their package this year.
Jeff and I will be tomorrow afternoon on Phillies Fastball, which is kind of a sister or stepsister, or whatever you want to call it.
When's
Phillies curveball? When's Phillies sweeper?
Andrew Painter's Phillies fastball.
Yeah, Phillies fastball. Hey, both Destiny, Tim, Jeff, thank you guys. You guys are the best. We're going to be on next week after the game, about 15 minutes after the game. We're going to be live. The game is at 9. I mean, it's an evening game, Sunday Night Baseball with the Mets. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next week, and you guys are the best. Thank you. La Familia.
Thanks, guys.
Lanzamiento, aquí viene un batazo de Mundico entre right center field, la bola pica, se extiende, viene anotando Stott, empata el juego, también manda para la bola Turner anota y los Phillies se van arriba. Se prepara, Mundito en segunda, el lanzamiento, batazo profundo para el center field, la bola se va, Schwarber Bob, ¡campanazo! Aquí viene el lanzamiento. Swing y lo ponchó.